Rosie says, "Hey Brian and Jay, advice for talking to the camera. LOL. My anxiety really messes with me when I'm trying to film. Were you ever nervous?"
So weirdly enough, I was never really nervous about the camera. I think there was a time when I was nervous about talking in front of people, like public speaking.
Right.
I don't know how I would do now after the anxiety that I've had. I think I would do fine, to be honest with you.
I think you do great. Yeah.
But I hope I have that opportunity again. Just before COVID hit, I was in talks with one of my management companies about trying to do more public speaking at, like, say, colleges and stuff like that. So I really did enjoy that. But I think that what you have to do is when you're looking, and by the way, I've been looking at the camera most of this podcast. So I'm looking at a lens, it's just a circle, right? But when I do look at the lens, and this is my advice to you, is think of that lens as you're looking into a friend's eyes. And that's what I look at. I look at that like that lens is my friend. That lens is an eye that I'm looking into. I'm not looking at a white piece of or a piece of glass. I'm actually looking at someone I know, someone I care about, someone that I can connect with. And
really
I think
great advice.
That's how I feel when I look at the lens. I never look at it as a camera ever.
Antoine Izzard said,
Izzard.
Is it Izzard Lizard?
No,
Izzard. Okay, you just wanted to rhyme it. You got me all confused.
I was seeing Noah. He done that rap and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
That rap stuff.
You got me now.
I want to do a rapper.
Antoine said, "What's your thoughts about breeding Solomon Island ground boas?"
It's funny. We had someone that had a litter of Solomon Island ground boas not long ago, several months ago, maybe 3 months ago. They're really cool. It's one of the first live. I think it might have been the first live birth that I ever had as a snake breeder when I was a kid.
Oh, that's really cool.
Was a solid. I think it was. I had 22 babies. I remember that, and I think it was the first live birth, if I'm not mistaken. Very difficult to get them to eat, honestly. And the person that bred them and was asking questions in the super chats over the last couple months, they were having a heck of a time too. And I don't know how it ended up. You have to really, stay on it and stuff like that. But yeah, no, it's they're cool animals. I love them. Really big into all the Candoia. Obviously the Asper, the Vipers, and the Paulsoni, and one of the animals that you really hardly ever see anymore is Candonia bibroni, which is the tree boa from the Solomon Islands. As a matter of fact, I haven't seen one even being offered in probably 7 or 8 years, so I don't know if anyone even has them anymore. But interesting. Candoia are an interesting genus of snakes, but they are definitely difficult to get to eat as babies.
Little Bogus says, "Taking my boys to Phoenix in June, what are some easy animals we could herp for?"
Oh my gosh, Phoenix is great. You know, I mean, obviously you got to get out of Phoenix. You got to get a little bit out of Phoenix, but there's anything from the Arizona black rattlesnakes. If you go south, I mean, I wish you could go south, or over to the Chiricahuas. Because then you have all of the speckled rattlesnakes. Those would be really cool. But you have like Yuma kings there, which look kind of like a Cal king. You've got long-nosed snakes that are very common out there. You'll obviously get decay snakes like crazy in that area. And then obviously take your blacklight at night. Tons of scorpions, which are really cool. There's just a lot. I mean, it's a really good herping place. I mean, you can find a lot of stuff in Arizona. There are areas where there's hognose snakes, western hognose snakes. So it's one of the cooler herping. If you can get down to like River Bends, do some road herping and stuff like that. Really, it's worth the drive.
All the older reptile folks go there to retire. So it's got to be good for herping.
Yeah, all the older reptile guys go to the Chiricahuas to retire, so they can go and get all those Michelai and stuff like that. So it's the place,
the Mecca.
It's the Mecca.
Underworld Creation says, "I asked a couple weeks ago if you were going to be at the Reptarium Saturday, April 3rd. You weren't sure. Do you happen to know now?"
April 3rd is, let me just see, is that a Saturday?
Yeah, isn't that next?
Yeah, it's next week, but I'm just saying, I know that...
Saturday, he said.
Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. Yeah, I'll be here. Yeah.
Okay,
well,
see you then.
Now, keep in mind, we're going to be we'll be in the podcast from 5 to 7.
Yes.
So I'm not here from 5 to 7. I'll be here from 4 to 4:30-ish or so, and then after 7 to 9, I will be here. I don't know, because I'm supposed to go to Grand Rapids that night.
Yes, you might.
So that is a tough one. I would say if you do the 4 to 5 o'clock slot, 4 to 5 o'clock slot. You can. I'll definitely be here. Everyone else will be here after that. And at 7, when I'm done with the podcast, I'll come up and say hi. So I'd say either 4 to 5 or 7 to 8 would be the time slots you should come.
I'm sure
if
they're
you want
already
to see me in
booked, though,
particular,
no?
they might be booked. But if you have a small number of people reach out to us, usually we can get 1 or 2 more people in and stuff like that. But
It's Easter, baby.
But yeah, because of Easter, we're off, and I actually travel to my daughter's in Grand Rapids on that day.
And that's okay because you got to be with your family, right, baby?
Yeah. So we are going to probably, but not necessarily. Lori and I have talked about it. We may leave Sunday morning and stay here Saturday night. We're just not sure yet. We're still on the fence.
Sherry says, love the live stream today. Q&A all over the place makes it so interesting. Today's vlog was a hoot, and I look forward to tomorrow's vlog. Best of positive vibes and love coming your way for all.
Thank you, Sherry. I mean,
So
you always
sweet.
are a huge supporter of ours. And yeah, I think, like I said, hopefully you'll love tomorrow's vlog.
I know they will.
Yeah, I hope it just kind of keeps going. You know what I mean? So what's John say, Captain?
Oh, John says, now, Captain, I'm not the one to gossip, but are there more than one Godzilla? Is there more than one Godzilla did man make on? What? Won't spoil it, but you're going to be blown away.
Oh.
So it's going to be Kong, dude? That's BS, bro. You can't tell me a giant gorilla is going to beat a dinosaur, bro.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, either way, I'm going to love it. I'm going to watch it. I don't know that I'll be able to watch it. What do you?
I just want to see how big Godzilla is.
Godzilla's big. He's a lot bigger
compared
than Kong.
to Kong. That's what I'm saying.
But I mean, you see the picture, like that little promo picture, and
they made him the
Kong,
same size.
Yeah, they make them almost the same size.
Shit, dude. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah,
this is what you're talking about right here.
That's
right?
the old. Yeah, see that other picture of the old Kong? You know, right there.
This one, right?
That's I think how it should have been.
Yeah.
So that's like the real deal right there. You know what I mean? But I think they ended up in this movie making Godzilla and Kong the same size.
Sheesh.
So they kind of did whatever. But
I'm actually excited to see it though.
I definitely will go watch it because I think it's going to be good, and it's on HBO Max, so it doesn't even cost any money for us. So
sweet, that's perfect.
So it's free.
Free? Oh my goodness,
it's good.
Is that really true? Is HBO Max free? Or is it
it's a subscription.
Verizon, right?
It's a subscription.
Oh, that's perfect.
What I can't remember how much it is per month, $5 a month or something like that, maybe even less. I have no idea. Yeah, we get it. I think I get it for free for the first year because of Verizon, if I'm not mistaken. But
Dope.
I don't think we paid for it. And this is what I've said about cable, right? Is like, I mean, cable's going to be kind of obsolete because if you got like Discovery Plus, Paramount Plus, HBO Max, Netflix, Apple TV,
whatever.
Hulu. I mean, you're still only spending $50 a month, $60 a month
versus 190.
Yeah, instead of 200, and you got everything you could ever want. You know, I mean, you know, because it's got ESPN on it. So you want sports, you want live sports, you got anything. You're good, man. You know, because you can bundle. I mean, I think cable's in trouble.
Yeah, I think and we talked about it the other day. I think Netflix is in trouble too. To be honest with you,
Could be.
Yeah. Brennan says from the Thumb in Michigan. Thanks for the info. I love the Thumb. Port Austin, bro. That's like one of my favorite spots. I go there all the time.
Thumb is great. That's where I'm getting my. Well, I'm not. Not there, but
yeah.
Port Huron.
Yeah.
Is where I'll be.
That's another one of my favorites here.
That's where I'll be getting my vaccine.
Good shit,
Yeah, I
dude.
gotta go to
Take some
Port
time,
Huron,
spend
yeah.
time by the Black River, man. Hang out by
I
that
don't
blitz.
think so. I got it as soon as I'm done. It's 10:30, so I'll obviously be there till like 10:45. I got to come back here. It takes me about not quite an hour, 45 minutes or so to get back here. So I'll be back here about 11:30 ish. If everything goes well and I feel good, and then we got to film the vlog, and then
I forgot it's Monday, right?
Yeah, it's Monday, so we got to film a vlog, and then I've got not a podcast, but a live stream thing that I'm doing with a class.
Oh, that's cool.
At 4:00, and then I whatever. So I'm booked from morning till night, unfortunately. You know. So hopefully I'll be feeling good, and hopefully I'll feel great, and nothing will change what I'm doing.
The Invincible Man. Sammy Young says, just wanted to thank you for educating me so I'm not so frightened of snakes.
I'm so glad that you're not. And that's what we live for, or that's what I live for, I should say, is getting people over their fears of reptiles and loving all animals. And, there's nothing to fear, I mean, the more I always tell when people come in here and they tell me they're afraid of snakes, I always tell them, like, you do realize the opposite of fear is knowledge. And the more you know, the less you fear. Now, that comes from a guy that lives in constant anxiety, which is a definitely a oxymoron. But fear, I don't fear animals for sure. Animals.
Yeah.
Lots of other fears though that are all irrational. By the way, every fear I have is irrational.
Yeah. It's like so beyond. What you'd think.
Yeah.
Rob says, when will the Egg Time song return? My kids miss it.
Well, it's coming.
It's creeping up on you tomorrow.
It could
maybe.
be literally like any day. It's and then here in about 3 weeks it'll be like every day, for a while, So we're about 3 weeks away from like crushing eggs.
Becky Glock came back and says, "Yup, it's me. Haha. New beach picture. Our sand is red here on PEI.
PEI.
We don't have white beach sand. PEI.
What is PEI?
We got it. They had to, couldn't have just said it, right? What is PEI? Prince Edward Island. Oh, it's in Canada,
Edward
right?
Island, Canada. Nice.
I've been there.
That's beautiful.
I've been there.
Well, good. Well, there you go, Becky.
Well, there you go.
The picture is beautiful.
Crushing.
So is the place that you live.
Rob says, also, why don't you show or breed venomous snakes?
So, I talked earlier today about, knowing what hills to die on, and that's a hill that Lori has really got a line in the sand on.
Yep.
God, that's a lot of metaphors there.
Oh my God, I know. It's like you're like a medieval sorcerer.
Yeah, let me tell you.
There's a line drawn in thy sand.
In the sand, and I will not die on that hill.
Yeah. Pull the sword from the stone.
Pull the sword from the stone. If you get it, you can kill
there you
witch.
go. Then you can get venomous snakes.
But yeah, no, no, Lori's really opposed to it. And I got, listen, I know I push her buttons a lot. You guys know that. But there is some respect there that I understand. There are lines you can't cross. And there are lines that become really disrespectful when I try to cross those lines. And the venomous thing is the one. Listen, I love venomous snakes. I'm a huge venomous snake
We play with
guy.
them here when
I
people
mess
bring
with them all the
Yeah.
time. I've been out all over the world collecting venomous snakes. I've milked venomous snakes a ton of times. I obviously had a show on Discovery Channel about catching venomous snakes. So I love venomous stuff, but yeah, it's that's the one thing that I can't get away with, and I don't even push the envelope. I literally have no plans, nor I probably will ever have any plans of doing it.
It's certain.
Yeah.
Says, hi, Brian. Loving your vids. I'm a OCTV and alarm installer in London. I put my AirPods on and listen to your podcast. Absolutely love them and keep it up.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your
sweetie.
support. I hope things are going okay in London. I don't know. I don't know much
either.
I don't even know, man. Yeah.
We're getting there.
Let's hope that you guys are going to be in good shape, and hopefully we'll be in good shape as well.
Sierra says, yep, certified jabber. More stores will start this month. So she's the one from Walgreens.
Oh,
Good
exactly. Oh,
shit.
so you're a certified jabber. So tell me, if you get a chance, I mean, what's your, I'm getting Moderna. Should I be concerned? Tell me. You don't have to super chat. It's just if you get it.
Find out tonight at 11.
Yeah, tell me if I should be concerned.
See, that's it. You can't be asking nobody anymore,
I know.
Brian.
I need to stop.
That's what happened. I was watching the footage when we were at PetSmart, and you were the one that did it. You were like, "Oh, how was it? What'd you get?" I'm like, "Don't do that. Don't do that stuff."
Well, I was asking the cashier,
I know.
and then the chicken line had to go off about how her daughter was so sick for 4 days that she didn't get the second shot.
Just don't pry,
which is the
'cause it's
worst
not
thing you
good.
could do, like we talked about before, right? Is that you don't want to take one shot and not get the second shot, because now you're actually going to be even your immune system's going to be even your immune system's going to be even worse for the virus, because now you have just enough antibodies to screw you when it gets in there. So yeah.
Heinrich came back and says, "Brian, I got my first snake, an amelanistic corn snake, and was wondering if you could give a quick talk about corn snake morphs."
Well, gosh, there's a gazillion.
What do you want to talk about?
It's probably
rivals ball
still
pythons,
the probably most polymorphic snake. Maybe ball pythons might be more now.
I think ball pythons
ball
would be.
pythons are probably more now.
But I see what you're saying.
But certainly the whole really genetic breeding for phenotypes started with corn snakes, really. I mean, they were the ones that were the first really that people started mixing. I mean, I'm not talking about, oh, there's an albino, let's produce more. I'm talking about, let's take an albino to an anuthristic and produce a snow. Let's take a stripe to a melanistic and
layers, right?
And start getting 2, 3, 4, 5 generation or phenotypes in to a snake. Corn snakes were it. And there was a couple reasons, because early on there were quite a few corn snake mutations that were brought in. Secondly, they were easy to breed. You get them up in 18 months. They have 18 to 20 eggs. They can double clutch. So in a relatively short period of time, you can flip them throughout. Where, say, ball pythons and some other animals take so long to get up to size, and then they only have 5 or 6 eggs, and then you got to raise another generation. So if you want to start getting into 3rd, 4th, 5th generation mutations, it's going to take you 12 or 15 years. In a corn snake, you can get into 5 generations in 8 years.
Yeah.
So it happens much quicker.
Cheyenne says, question for Brian. Can Kenyan Samboas be kept in pairs without the intent to breed? Maybe male, male, female, female. Thank you for being awesome.
Well, so female, female, absolutely. I wouldn't keep two males together because they'll probably fight a little bit. If you do keep a pair together, you're going to have them breed because they're very simple to breed. So don't keep a pair together if you don't want babies, but you can absolutely keep two females together without a problem at all. And if you want to keep a male and two females and breed them, you can keep those together without a problem as well. So yeah, you're fine.
Sherry says, had her first shot today. A little soreness at the injection site, but gone in one day. Second shot has me a little nervous too.
Yeah, well, I mean, I hope that I just have a little sore arm, because I can deal with the sore arm. I'm not worried about that. I just don't want any of the other side effects that very few people get. My friend Lindsay, of course, who's a nurse from Iowa, she's a jabber, and she says about 75% of people don't have any side effects at all.
Yeah,
and they give Moderna there. They're doing Moderna just like this. They said 75% have no, and she said then the vast majority of the other 25% have very minor side effects, like maybe a little tired, maybe a little bit of a fever,
headache, or
stuff like
yeah.
that, but very little, and it usually lasts one day. And the second one is a little bit more, if you have a reaction to the first one, the second one's going to be much worse. If you have no reaction to the first one, you might have no reaction to the second one, or you might have a little reaction, but it's not going to be as severe. So hopefully by Tuesday, I wake up and I have no side effects, and
no third arm.
Then I know that the next shot is at worst going to be mild.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn, son. Can we rail this in?